Hi, I'm Reverend Wendy Craig-Purcell here at the Unity Center in San Diego. Thank you so much for watching today. If you'd like to support the work that we do here, please consider making a contribution. Go to our website. It's easy to do. Thank you in advance for that contribution.
If you look up the word progressive, you will find, as it relates to religion, not politics here, but as it relates to religion, you will find that the term progressive is gaining in popularity in describing certain kinds of churches, certain kinds of Christian churches that want to differentiate themselves from fundamentalism or from the evangelical movement. And it's almost become code when a Christian church calls itself progressive, it almost becomes code for gay-friendly. And now I am all for gay-friendly. Unity has always been gay-friendly. But for us, the idea of being spiritually progressive includes that and so much more than that. So much more than that. It has to do with the way that we show up in the world. We're going to take a look at what that means. When you're spiritually progressive, how are you actually showing up in the world? I think one of the things that's very true about being spiritually progressive is to use words that Charles Fillmore used many years ago. Charles was our co-founder. That we are open at the top. We are open at the top. We are open at the top. It means that we allow for ourselves to grow, evolve, and change. It means that we are an open-ended teaching. How many of you are familiar with Christian Science and founded by Mary Baker Eddy? There's a real depth that both Unity and Christian Science began at about the same time. I call them Unity, Christian Science, Science of Mind. We're all cousins, spiritual or theological cousins in my mind. Charles Fillmore was about building a movement, and that movement still exists today, and that movement is growing and thriving. Mary Baker Eddy seemed to be more about building an organization. And when your focus is in building an organization, before long, the organization becomes a monument and it becomes stuck because it's not open at the top. Mary Baker Eddy in her teachings believed that she had it and was done with it, and her teaching was finished and complete. I wonder if she were alive today and were aware of the findings being revealed through the field of quantum physics, for example, if she might alter some of her initial thoughts and teachings. For you see, Charles Fillmore did do that. Charles Fillmore, in the early days, his students wanted him to write a statement of faith. And man, did he resist that. He resisted it because he knew that spirit is alive and moving in each and every one of us. And what we hold to be true today, we just might begin to expand and shift our awareness a little bit years down the road. To be spiritually progressive means that we're not after knowing about God. We want to know God. To be spiritually progressive, to take it out of God language, to be spiritually progressive is about reaching for and opening up into a direct and immediate experience of the oneness of life. It's to have a full-on, real, immediate experience of that, a direct experience of that. Not through another teacher, not through a holy person, a direct experience of that oneness, of that presence, of that power. And for many of us, it requires that we do some healing of our understanding of what God is. There is a Unity minister and author by the name of Ellen Davenport, and she wrote a book on Unity's 5 principles. And one of the sections in that book that I really enjoy is the section in which she challenges most of us are desperately in need of revamping our understanding of God because we need a God for grown-ups. A God for grown-ups. A God for thinking people. A God for people of expanded consciousness. And so it is a lived experience that being spiritually progressive is all about. It is so much easier just to accept a set of beliefs and be able to parrot them back and do certain external rituals, but that's not the same thing as what lies beneath those external rituals, what they were initially pointing to begin with.
Many people enjoy Reverend Wendy's talks and meditations and aren't able to attend the Unity Center in person. If you're part of our extended family from around the world and would like to help support the Unity Center, please go to our website or download our free app, which offers even more ways to connect with the Unity Center. Namaste.